Hey y'all, it's Jonathan with the Lone Star Living channel. Today I have a little bit different of a video for you guys. As many of you know, if you follow my channel, that I recently went to a self-reliance expo, which had a lot of vendors and speakers about self-reliance, prepping, and homesteading. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link up here in the iCard for you to check that out. But I had one person in particular at this expo that almost ruined the whole experience for me. Um, as many of you know, if you follow my channel, that I have a patio garden. I don't have property. I don't have a homestead per se, but I'm doing what I can to be self-reliant and to learn the homesteading skills here in an apartment. So I went to this expo and there was a master gardener, some foremost expert on gardening and the Mittender gardener method. And, long story short, the person really bothered me with the way that they were talking to me. And it wasn't just once. In the morning, they said, oh, you need to have land. You need to have somebody that you can go and grow on their land. You can't grow in an apartment, etc., etc. And I tried to give them the benefit of the doubt, and I waited all day for their speech. At the end of the day, they were the last speaker, and they said the exact same thing to me in so many words. Actually, it was more words than that during their speech in a group of people. And so not only was it embarrassing for me personally, because that's not where I'm at, that's where you're at, but it was embarrassing because it was like, okay, well now you're, putting me out in front of these other people and telling them, what not to do and what, basically using me as an example. So it almost ruined the whole expo for me. And so I left. And I was a little early. I stayed the whole day. I mean, there was about an hour left when I left. And I just, I've seen this on Facebook, or not Facebook, on YouTube, and a little bit on Facebook actually. And now recently, having experienced this firsthand, this gardening or homesteading elitism, I felt it necessary to speak out against it because it's stupid. It's not edifying to anybody, and it just breaks people down. So I wanted to talk to you guys about it. For those of you who are homestead or gardening elitists, you need to start learning to meet people where they're at, not where you're at. You need to teach people with compassion. You need to realize that at one point you were in the same situation as those people who are in an apartment or have small yards or don't have acreage. You need to realize that people are trying to get where you're at, are trying to become more self-reliant and grow their own food and know where all their food is grown and what they're putting in their bodies and what they're feeding to their families. And so you need to learn how to teach. You don't go and teach a math class assuming that everyone knows 2 plus 2. You don't go teach a basic math class assuming that everybody knows 2 plus 2. You review it. And if there's people that need help learning 2 plus 2, you help them learn 2 plus 2. You don't say, well, sorry, you need to know how to add 2 and 2. And you can't be in this class. You can't be a part of what we're doing without knowing that. Now, there are some exceptions to this, like specific, college algebras or geometry and higher levels of math. But on a basic level, you need to teach the basics. You do not need to be teaching some high level stuff here. Okay? So you need to actually teach people instead of throwing them under the bus and telling them that what they are doing right then and there is not good enough. Homestead and gardening elitism is not necessary. It degrades and breaks down people's motivation. It causes people to give up, and it makes people not want to be a part of this community. And the homesteading community that I'm a part of and that I involve myself with and the people are very much people who want other people to learn. And so if you're not a part of that, you need to become part of that, because it doesn't do anybody any good if you are not trying to build up somebody else. So to all you people who are in the position that I'm in right now, do not listen to the homesteading and gardening elitists. Do not listen to their nonsense about you can't do it. You need this and you need that. You need what I have. You cannot do anything with less than what I have. Because that's not true. You can grow in a pot, a small pot, grow some herbs, grow, cherry tomatoes, grow whatever. Just buy you a pot, get you some good soil, put a plant in there, put it in some sun, and water it. Watch it. If you fail, you fail. But part of learning is failure. Don't be afraid to start because you don't have X number of acres. Because you need to know how to do what you're doing. And you only will learn that by experience. And how do you get experience? By doing it. You cannot just listen to these people and gain experience. You have to grow while learning. Okay? You don't instantly know how to ride a bicycle from your parents saying, okay, all you do is you balance yourself and pedal. Okay, I got this, right? No, you fall and you fall and you fall until you finally learn how to ride that stinking bicycle. So quit listening to their nonsense and just do it. Get out there and grow something. So I know this video is a little bit longer than I wanted it to be. I just had a bee in my bonnet, I guess you would say. And I wanted to talk to you guys because, I've seen it on Facebook, I've seen it on YouTube, and now I've experienced it in real life. And this elitism that's out there is not necessary. And we need to band together as homesteaders and people that are trying to be self-reliant and are trying to break away from the system of, just consumerism. And we need to band together and teach each other. We need to lift each other up, not break each other down. Encourage one another. Show people what they can do with where they're at. I met a guy there that was a permaculturist, and I know I'm going longer than I wanted to, but I have to say this. He was a permaculturist, okay? And he was one of the first speakers of the day, and he was swamped with people after that, and I just so happened to luck into running into him when he wasn't very busy. And we talked, and he's 20 minutes down the road from me, and he was so excited with what I'm doing. He was excited to see somebody just doing it. And he was giving me tips and showing me different things and going, this is what you can do. Do it, man. This is awesome. And it was so uplifting and encouraging. And this is a permaculturist. This is somebody talking about, growing food forestry and growing stuff that's going to last for years versus some lady who's Mittender gardener, which, you kind of have to replant every year. So here's this one guy who is meeting me where I'm at, even though that's not where he's at. And here's a lady that is not meeting me where I'm at because I'm not where she's at. And it was just two ends of the spectrum. And I want you to be this guy. Be this guy. Just do it. Get out there and do it. And I know I'm sounding like Shia LaBeouf right now. Do it. But it's true. Get out there, guys. So, I know I don't do rant videos. I don't. But, like I said, I had a bee in my bonnet. And I just had to make something to talk to you guys about this elitism. I really appreciate y'all's time. So, thank y'all very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. It encourages me to keep doing what I'm doing. And also, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you join us, and you can get updates on videos that I'll be posting in the future. Also, down below, got some social media links that you can connect via Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. If you prefer to do your connecting that way. So check those out. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching, and adios.